Assalamu alaikum. For the past 29 years, the Muslim Educational Trust has been addressing the needs of our multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-generational families, comprised of over 48 different ethnicities who speak more than 75 languages and dialects. By addressing our families' economic, educational, food security, housing, and community engagement needs, the Muslim Educational Trust has been able to integrate, by design, all the resources necessary to transform lives. When a community comes together as one body to heal and unify, you see the type of success stories we all want to see, of commitment to faith, perseverance, growth, and transformational change. We want to share some of these stories with you. You're going to hear the stories of 4 young men and women, graduates of Oregon Islamic Academy, Somali American, Salvadoran, Emirati American, and Iranian American, who exemplify the ethos of this faith and have taken every single resource available to them to reach the highest potential that they can. And with that, they are ready to take on the challenges of tomorrow. The Muslim Educational Trust is incredibly proud to be on the forefront of this work. And the work continues. And you will see that work exemplified in the stories of these 4 young men and women.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Moza Guadron, OIA class of 2022, and I will be attending Middlebury College in the fall. I'm a Salvadoran Emirati American, and my family moved to Washington first, and then they came here to Portland, Oregon, where I was born, so I've lived here my entire life. I attended Richmond, which is a Japanese immersion program in Portland, Oregon, and I learned about the Japanese culture and the language throughout all of my elementary school years, as well as English in school and Spanish at home. I came in 2016. I was in 7th grade, and I was really young. I had a lot of creativity. I was just sort of bursting with ideas, but I wasn't really sure how to use my skills to better myself and how to become a better student. I definitely think that the small classrooms and the one-on-one help that I would receive from my teachers really helped pave the strong student that I have become today, I would say. I learned a lot how to organize my thoughts and how to prepare for tests, turning homework in on time, all of these skills. Here at Oregon Islamic Academy, I became a complete student, and I am able to now be academically successful no matter where I go or what I do. And I feel like these characteristics I attained from the classroom, and not only the classroom, but also sort of like this community of learners that I have been surrounded for the past 6 years. Not only have I grown as a student, but I've also gained leadership opportunities that have helped me grow as a person. For example, I was a U.S. Census Spanish ambassador, where we encouraged people to fill out the U.S. Census. I also started a swimming club or team here at MET, where we helped people, gave them opportunities to have a space where they can swim and maybe even be the first in their families to swim, which I was very happy to be a part of that. My growth as a student and leader couldn't have been possible without the guidance that I received here at Oregon Islamic Academy. But most importantly, I also learned about my culture and my identity as half Salvadoran, half Emirati, and 100% American. I see myself contributing to a thriving society thanks to all of the help that I have received here in the past 6 years.
17 years ago, the world was blessed with a beautiful baby girl. And if you're wondering who that was, no, it wasn't me. But 17 years ago, I became an older sister. So a large portion of my inspiration to become a doctor stemmed from my experiences with my family, as I saw my sister, born with a congenital hole in her heart, who struggled to stay alive, which was a battle that she eventually lost, even though the doctors who treated her did everything they could. This year has proven to be exceptionally difficult. She received a heart transplant in September of 2020, right before the school year had started. And as a rising junior, I was beyond excited to share classes with my sister, who was finally a freshman. With her surgery postponing that, I looked forward to when she would finally be healthy again, ready for school without health issues to worry about. Now that was my family's dream. But that same day on September 5th, our lives took a scary turn. Although the surgery was successful, there were some post-op complications. Suddenly our home was dark and cold and lonely. My family has always been tight-knit, and suddenly my sister and my parents lived in a hospital 4 hours away in Seattle, and I had no idea when I'd see them next. For months, I struggled being separated and felt the weight of the world. I juggled online schooling and family responsibilities, all while feeling like a part of me was empty. But after 6 brutal months of going back and forth between home and Seattle, time with my sister ran out. I was fortunate enough to have been in Seattle that day, but our last moments together were easily the hardest thing I've ever had to experience. It took a while to get back to where I am now, but life without my sister can never get any easier. Today, she's an inspiration to continue on my own path. Though my academic experience in high school might have been easier if not for this tragedy, I would not have become a strong person, the strong person my sister has always been and wanted us all to be. For as long as I could remember, I never had a role model resembling me, someone I could look up to reminding me of how successful I could be. I didn't know of a Muslim surgeon of African descent, so now I strive to be that role model for young girls and other underrepresented minorities.
In life, we sometimes experience things and we look back and we question, how was I able to endure that? My name is Bahar Madani. I am a senior at Oregon Islamic Academy. I was born in Tehran, Iran, and I did my schooling there up till the 2nd grade, and that is when my family decided to migrate to America because my dad got accepted to Portland State's PhD program. Of course, moving to America is very difficult, not just the paperwork, but emotionally as well. Saying goodbye to loved ones is not very easy, especially when you don't know when you'll see them again. My dad had come a month earlier to settle things down, and then my mom and I arrived January 14, 2012, and I remember being very excited and jet-lagged. I attended Markham Elementary, and that is where I completed my ESL education, which means a lot to me because I worked very hard to learn English. For 6th grade, I was homeschooled by a very nice Christian lady, Miss Kelly. She was a very genuine and sincere woman and exposed me to the prophet stories through the Bible. Miss Kelly taught me the importance of loving God and trusting in Him at all times. In 7th grade, I was admitted into MET. It was a new chapter in my life. The first time I met Amawajdi and teacher Sahar, they welcomed me and embraced me in a warm and friendly manner, which took my stress away from attending a new school. I was now surrounded with people that have the same beliefs as me, and they look like me and dress like me, and being at MET truly took away the pain of being away from my family back home. I was an only child at the time too, so my classmates felt like family to me. I was adjusting to MET and adapting to it and really getting involved, but at this time my dad had received a faculty position in the University of North Carolina, which was a great opportunity that he had worked for. At this time, I needed to leave MET and move to North Carolina. This move was very difficult, but later on I realized the reason behind it is that I missed MET. I wasn't practicing my religion as frequently. I was a minority at school, and the kids had different interests, and the outlook and their dialogues were very different. I was not happy there because I felt stuck. I now valued the Friday prayers and the Islamic rituals that we had, such as morning circle dua and the adhan playing in every classroom and the daily prayers we performed together. I prayed day and night to go back to for a way to be open for me to go back to Oregon. I wanted to be at MET with our friends in Oregon. My parents also noticed that I was not happy there. So my dad took a very big step for me, and of course it was the plan of God. But he left his job at North Carolina, which was a great opportunity that he had received, and we decided to move back to Portland. I am now at MET and I appreciate it more than ever, and I advocate for it and proudly express being an MET student. MET academically challenged me, but it paid off because I was offered great scholarships from universities. I hope my story interests you, and the reason I'm sharing this story with you, especially for the younger students in middle school and younger, and letting them know that being an MET is a privilege. You are blessed to be here. For some families, like my family, it takes so much sacrifice, leaving opportunities behind like my parents did, or even moving from other states, just for the sake of their kids being in MET's environment. Appreciate each day of coming to school and be a happy member, and value the teachers and their time that they dedicate and the quality conversations that you have with them. MET strengthens your faith, builds your character, and solidifies your Islamic values and prepares you for the long run. I am very thankful to all the teachers and my parents that supported me to where I am today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all and all that you have done for me. Ameen.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Adil Mohammed. I'm a senior here at the Oregon Islamic Academy, class of 2022, and inshallah I'll be attending Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia for the fall. The apple rarely falls far from the tree, but in some rare cases the apple lands farther than any apple has ever fallen. But instead of a round of applause from the apple tree, the apple is met with eyes that poke holes that hurt deeper than any wound could. And when the apple turns the other way, opposite of where it came from, again, it is met with unwelcome eyes. I am that apple. As a son of refugees from Somalia, I'm looked upon as a foreigner. As a Muslim, I'm met with stereotypes and biased perceptions of my religion. As a black man, I am met with racial bias and a system built to seemingly discard and invalidate people that look like me. As a lighter-skinned Somali, I'm seen as an alien, not black or African enough for many in Somalia. In my search for a group of people to be a part of, to resonate with, to find my apple orchard, I came up empty. I came to the realization that just as the apple tree continually grows its apple with its roots keeping the tree alive, to find meaning and connection, I must first give meaning to what is inside of me. After all, an apple always keeps a fraction of its roots hidden inside the core of the apple, where the seeds reside. What are my seeds? What gives me meaning? Surely, it's not all what I look like and who I'm perceived to be, as others' perceptions of me is not the truth. As Nietzsche defined it, and I quote, "There are only facts." I would say no facts is precisely what there is not, only interpretations, end quote. The seeds that I had strived to find were not hiding in the first place, but rather what I wish for them to be, and my roots are whichever idea or purpose that I want them to be, with my sense of justice, my ethics, my faith, my ethnicity, my individuality compromising my essence. And with this newfound understanding, I found myself and found the strength to move towards actualization.